concerned, the United States right now is under totalitarian rule as we speak. Because you have a fucking traitor, not only a traitor, but you have an imposter in the fucking White House, and you got all these ding-dongs, including the mainstream media, looking the other way. What the fuck? Man, what is happening? His name should be removed from the ballot immediately. Oh, no. It doesn't matter. I remember the Patriot Act, of course. So, why is he president? I don't understand it, man. Something is wrong with this picture. Oh, did I tell y'all? Monty got a little visit the other day. Isn't that neat? From the Department of Homeland Security. It was a real hoot, let me tell you. Yeah. Ding dong. Security calls me up and says, "Yeah, you got a bunch of guys here in an official car, and they got badges and guns and the whole 9 yards. Should I let them in?" I'm like, "Yeah, you better." They said they're coming anyway. All right, thanks for calling. Anyway, they came. They came to my door and they asked for Dale. I said, "You've been talking to the trolls again. Get the fuck out of here." Showed them my ID and they're like, "Hey, you're right. And turn around left. You know that's just funny. That's hysterical. See how I'm looking red in my ears again? You can always tell when Monty's drinking. My fucking ears get bright red. Look at him, boy. I couldn't resist. That was too funny. You need a beer? Monty's drinking that fucking port again. I can't be trusted. How'd everybody's week go? Did your week go good? Thumbs up, thumbs down if your week went good or if it didn't go good. See how many goodies we got in here. Now, I'm not getting crunked. I don't even know what that means, so I'm not going to admit to it. Looks like we had 3 people had a good week. Runs and so-so. Phil McCracken, he had a bad week. Well, with a last name like McCracken, I'd have a bad week too. Did you get your fill? That's all that matters right there. Running out of money? Car broke down? My car attempted to break down, but it didn't work out. It broke down. What did it break down of? G8 activists prepare peaceful Maryland protest. Okay, you know what I want to talk about today for real? Alright, for real. Something is goofy with this picture. You have an FBI agent that suddenly disappears. 8 days ago. He gets his gun from his home and he takes off for no reason. Alright? The FBI sit there and tell you all day long that this dude is distraught and he may be suicidal. Excuse me, not to sound like an asshole or conspiracy theorist, which I am, but that sounds like they're setting him up to die. Does that make sense? Because a lot of these people that have like information end up in, like, I don't know, tennis bags in their bathtub. You know, they have 2 shots to the back of the head with a suicide note, shit like that. So it's like they're preparing the public for his death. Because as soon as they catch that motherfucker, they're going to off his ass. Because this guy was a specialist in national security matters. You got that? Here's the funniest thing. One of his buddies that he knows was in the FBI. He'd been in the FBI for a bajillion years. He turned around, he got arrested, incarcerated right now this moment for child pornography. At the same fucking time. Isn't that amazing? Wow, this is just so coincidental. Bullshit alert. Fuck you, bullshit. I'm not buying none of it. Nope, sure ain't. Because there was a report that was published, I think it was a UK paper, I'm not really sure. But again, if it's such a fail fucking story, I don't believe it for shit. It probably is. But there's rumblings of the nature that that one of the Russian dignitaries was down in Los Angeles from San Francisco visiting Los Angeles, and he was approached by Stephen Evans, or Ivan, or however you say his name, and he was trying to warn them of a major false flag event that was going to take place in the United States. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but a lot of foreign diplomats have what is called diplomatic immunity. They could kill your fucking wife, spit on her corpse, set her on fire, nothing would happen to them. You know, they have diplomatic immunity. That's all there is to it. But right along with that diplomatic immunity, they usually have 2 to 4. These guys are above the Secret Service. You know what I'm saying? Sneaking around and following these fuckers around, making sure nothing happens to them. And if something does happen to them, then they take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way, as this guy is approaching this Russian person that was down there at some hotel, he was accosted by these other knuckleheads that were protecting him. Alright, so before he could burp it out, you know, he ran off. And pew, he just took off. Now here's the funny thing. Let's do some math, shall we? I don't know if the story is true. Wasn't there, don't fucking know. But I find something highly suspicious that an FBI agent that specializes in national security matters decides to go Peter Pan just because. The guy that works along with this guy, or knows this guy, suddenly is scooped up for child pornography and is incarcerated. Very fucking odd. Alright? Here's the clincher. The email address, which I traced because I saw it in a news story. I don't know if you're aware of this, but you can trace fucking email addresses. You sure can. You can find out when they're created, the whole fucking 9 yards. It's a beautiful thing. And you can even get where that email address state stamped at. You got that? Takes about 30 days. We're working on that. I hope nothing happens to the guy, because after 30 days, when we get that fucking state stamp and tell me what fucking state that goddamn email address was registered out of, I bet you it's not California. Now, his email address is something like PetoDan69. Really? You're full of shit. There is nobody that's going to do something like that. Bullshit. Hang on just a second.